Welcome to the Investing in Real Estate show. I'm Clayton Morris. So glad to have you here on the broadcast. And this show, we aim to make you a more intelligent investor. And we learn through other people's questions. And that's what our question and answer session is all about today. You ask a question and we answer it. If you're new to the show, I should mention that we have a free giveaway, our financial freedom cheat sheet. It's totally free. And it really is the thing that changed my life. It changed Natalie's life, my wife's life. It is the tool that we use to figure out how can you live financially free? How can you cover your monthly expenses with real estate, with cash flowing real estate? So go to over to our website. It's only like 3-page download. It's like a PDF. It's totally free. And you can download it. Go to our website, morrisinvest.com/freedom. Download it. Please go through it. And it could change your life. I'm serious. Just give it the time. Again, morrisinvest, MORRIS, invest.com/freedom. It's a free cheat sheet, the financial freedom cheat sheet, and just fill it in, put in your information, and see what is your financial freedom number where you could live financially free, where you wouldn't have to work for a boss. You could have cash flowing real estate covering that monthly expense. Is it $3,000 a month? Is it $4,000? When I lived in New Jersey, it was expensive. I had 2 kids. I had high taxes. So my number was higher than a lot of people. We've had clients reach out to us that are like, oh my God, my financial freedom number is only $3,800 a month. Imagine if they had $4,000 a month in cash flowing real estate covering that amount. It'd be life-changing, wouldn't it? You wouldn't have to worry about losing a job or layoffs or working a 9 to 5 or driving 2 hours to and from work. It would be transformative, really. It really, really would. So anyway, that cheat sheet really helps you pinpoint and understand the expenses in your life and walk you through that process. So go to our website. It's free. We built it for you. Okay, we got questions and I've got answers today. We've got 3 questions from our audience. If you'd like to leave me a voicemail question, you can do that on our website too. There's a microphone icon on the right-hand side of your screen when you go to morrisinvest.com. Click on it and leave us like a 30-second question. You don't have to go on for minutes. You can probably make your point quicker than that. So thank you for keeping them short and sweet. All right, our first question comes to us from Jake.
Hi, Clayton. This is Jake calling from Idaho. My question is, my wife and I are semi-retired, working part-time jobs, not making a whole lot of money, but we have equity in our home. Is now a good time to use some of that equity to purchase one of the properties, and will it be a positive, passive flow at this time? That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake. So if you're talking about working with us, our team at Morris Invest, yes, our properties are cash flow positive, and they are as passive as you want them to be, right? I mean, the idea is that it's a totally hands-off process. So if you work with us, we build new construction properties. And so for many of you listening, you will never, ever work with us, right? But there will be a few of you who will. And for that, I want to explain what we do. We build new construction properties with our team at Sedera Wealth in Texas and Missouri. We build single families and duplexes. They're in the best school districts possible. And yes, we work with different property management companies. We help you select the property management company of your choice so that it'll be cash flowing almost right away after you buy it. They'll place a tenant in the property. They manage everything for you. These properties will appraise at or below market value. That's our experience with our properties, that they will appraise at or below. And because we build, 20, 30 properties at one time, we're able to do things in bulk, right? We're able to buy 40 water heaters. We're able to do this at scale. That's how we're able to keep these costs down and keep these prices at or below appraised value when we sell them. So we've had a lot of clients who've bought a property from us, and then the appraised value comes in much higher than they've actually bought it for at closing. Isn't that crazy, right? They're buying it. It hasn't even closed yet, and it's already appraised higher. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen in your case, but just to know that you're not paying above market value for a property. That's key. That's absolutely key. And then also, they're as passive as you want them to be as an investor, because all you need to do is you need to check in on things occasionally with your property management team. And also you have customer service. So our team has customer service built in. And so if you have any questions at any time, just get on the phone with them. And then, of course, you pay your taxes every year. That's what you need to do. We can't do that for you. So our team is fantastic. In fact, we work with a lot of investors out of Idaho because it's very expensive to buy real estate in Idaho. Not a place that I would ever invest. So we actually have a lot of people who invest from Idaho into and California and other places like that are sort of overpriced markets right now into some of the really better markets like Texas and Missouri. So anyway, book a call with our team and Jake will be happy to help you. Now I say not everyone listening is going to work with us. We only build about 500 homes a year. And so it's for a select group of investors who understand the benefits of cash flowing real estate and understand the tax benefits of real estate, who also have money for a down payment and have credit, that they're able to work with the banks because we work with over 100 different lenders on our properties. So anyway, if that sounds like you, then book a call with us. If not, then soak up the education here on the podcast and learn how to build wealth yourself and do it yourself. But again, I just want to say that. So thanks, Jake, for the question. Okay, next question comes to us from AR.
Hey, Clayton. This is AR from Florida. I was talking with someone from your team about maximizing my returns on a small amount of cash, like 10 to 20,000. She recommended I check out a company called Connect Invest. Can you tell me more about them and how you're connected? I'd like to know if there's a good place to park a small amount of cash for a while. Thank you.
Sure. So this is a great question. So we partnered with Connect Invest because we have clients like AR here who don't, and that's why I say not everyone's going to work with us to buy a, $150,000, $200,000 home, right? They have money. They don't have the money for a down payment. And so they want this money though to perform for them, 5, 10, 20,000. And they don't want it sitting in US dollars, which I totally understand. So over the past year, we've really spent the time to develop a relationship with the folks at Connect Invest. And then we built a program specifically for our audience. And you can't even work with them separately on this. You have to actually just work with our program with them because we set this up specifically for listeners of this podcast and for our clients at Morris Invest. So it happened that Morris Invest, our company, and Sedera Wealth started looking for a solution for this, for those people who wanted to help invest, get started with real estate investing, but just didn't have the cash at the time. They had 5, 10, 20,000, but they wanted good returns and they didn't want it sitting in a traditional savings account. So after a lot of networking and a lot of vetting of different companies, we found the perfect team at Connect Invest. And what they do is they offer real estate short notes, okay, that deliver about 7.5% to 9% returns on your investment. And you can start investing for literally for free with as little as $500. You could put $500 in this to get 7.5% up to 9% returns. So we have a special website that we set up. If you want to learn more about it, just go to morrisinvest.com/connect. Again, that's MORRIS invest.com/connect. And we wanted to vet them personally. So there's a lot of members of our team that wanted to try it before we ever recommended it and before we started working with them on a much larger basis. So a lot of our employees on the team started putting money into Connect Invest on their own. And they've been very happy with the results of it. So happy, in fact, that we continue to diversify our portfolios by putting money into these real estate short notes. It's really, really great. So you're getting 7.5% to 9% returns on your cash in a smart investment on its own. But we actually managed to get an extra perk if you're a Morris Invest client. So again, that's reserved for you. When you use our link, you'll get a free account. So it's totally free. If you don't use our link, you'll end up paying to set up an account. And you can invest $500 or more. You'll also get $50. I'm actually going to put $50 in your account if you use our link. So anyway, this was a solution we were trying to find because so often we had people listen to the podcast like, I don't have $50,000 to do a down payment on a property. And maybe they've got $500, they've got $1,000, they've got $2,000, but they want to start investing in real estate. And that's why we came up with this solution. So again, the website is morrisinvest.com/connect. Go there and check it out and see if you want to put, instead of sitting that money in savings, which is earning you like 0.001%. And also you're dealing with inflation, which is eating that money up. And so you're not actually making any money. Try this where you can get 7.5 up to 9% returns. So thank you, AR, for that question. All right, our next question.
Hi, Clayton. This is Alex, and I have a question. I have two rental properties in the state of Minnesota, and I live in Massachusetts, but I am considering setting up an LLC for my two current rental properties. Where should I set up an LLC? On my residency, which is Massachusetts, or Minnesota, where my rental property is located? Appreciate any feedback. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much for the question. I am not a real estate attorney. I'm not a tax accountant either, so I can't give you advice on where to do that. I can tell you what Garrett Sutton, lawyer for the Rich Dad Company, would say. He's been a guest on our show many times, and he's helped us many, many times over the years. I can tell you what he would say. He also says this in his book. You can read multiple books that he's written on this issue. And there's not really a hard and fast rule on it, but his advice has been, he's made it here on the show, which is to set up the LLCs in the state where you have your rental properties. Because if the state, you have state laws, and if you had to have some legal issue, why would you want another state handling basically the business that you're doing in another state? And also, I would imagine Massachusetts, it's going to be way more expensive to set up LLCs. It's like setting up LLCs in New York, right? It's going to be a lot more expensive. So I would again, this is not my advice. I would look into it. Personally, Natalie and I, of all the rental properties that we own, we've always set up LLCs in the states where we own the properties. So that's always been the case. And then we have our main holding company, of course, in Wyoming. And so those individual LLCs then report up to the main holding company, and then that's how it all functions and flows. So again, I would talk to the team. Garrett, I would just book a call with Garrett Sutton's team. I would absolutely do that. His legal team. We'll have a link in the description of this podcast to reach out to his company. Garrett Sutton's great company. Again, his whole legal team. Just get on the phone with them and talk to them. But they can set up those LLCs for you really cheaply as well. So check them out. All right. Thank you guys for the great questions on today's show. If you'd like to leave us a voicemail question, you can do so by going to morrisinvest.com. Click on the microphone icon on the right-hand side of your screen. Leave us a 30-second voicemail question, and we will answer it here. And don't forget and go grab that financial freedom cheat sheet. It's totally free, so you can figure out what you want to do with real estate. If you want to start investing a small amount, like we talked about here today, or you want to do fix and flips, if that's your bag. Maybe you want to start to learn how to do that, or you want to start to invest in commercial real estate, or you want to start to buy storage units or raw land, or you want to do what we do, which is single family residences and that sort of thing. Again, you got to start somewhere, and you need to know your numbers. Right? You just need to know your numbers. And so that's where I would start. Go out there, everyone. Take action. Become a real estate investor. I believe it's the number one way to build wealth. We'll see you next time, everyone.